Welcome to the Direct Line, the official podcast for OADSP. We're excited to have you here with us today, and if you have comments, suggestions, or if you want to join us in studio as a guest, reach out to me at podcast@oadsp.org. I'm David Rustio, and today I'm speaking with Karen Ream, who is a mother of an individual with a developmental disability. Welcome, Karen.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here today.
It's nice to have you here today. So tell us about your son and...
It's quite a story, I guess, because it becomes such a shock when things like this happen.
Okay.
And he normal pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
They actually think that he was post-mature.
Okay.
So he was born about 3 weeks after his due date.
Okay.
And they don't let you go. That was in the olden days. So they don't let you go that long anymore. 2 weeks, I think, is the max. So he was packed with amniotic fluid and meconium and those things that are in utero, and he couldn't breathe.
Okay.
So it took him 9 minutes or so to breathe, and during that time he suffered massive brain damage.
Okay.
And was bilateral and diffuse, and they originally thought there might be something they could do to alleviate some of the damage, and there wasn't. But they said he'd never live.
Okay.
Never get out of the hospital, and he is just the sweetest individual, and he is 48.
Okay.
So he's been with us a long, long time.
Yes.
And we have lots of stories, but the real positive thing is that things have developed so, I guess, much better than the prognosis.
Okay. Sure.
So from not getting out of the hospital, they said he'd never roll over, he'd never smile. Well, he's amazing. He was even laughing the other day. I was hunting for cookies, and my husband had hidden the cookies, Oreos.
Okay.
So I was just opening up one cupboard after another, and Chris, that's his name,
Okay.
just thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and he was just laughing, and it just made me feel good. So there's so many things that can make you feel just absolutely wonderful.
Sure.
About an individual with disabilities, and he has got more than his fair share. So he needs 24-hour care. Okay. He needs to be one-on-one. He needs assistance eating, assistance bathrooming, assistance bathing, assistance dressing.
Sure.
So it's like, it's similar to having a 2, 3, 4-year-old.
Okay.
Right. So, but boy, there's a lot of good things that.
Tell us what makes him happy. Besides you, of course.
Yeah, well, I think I do make him happy, maybe a little too. He clings to me.
Sure.
And I don't know if that's just the instinct. I mean, there's no reason why he shouldn't cling to his father a little more.
Sure.
It would make my life a whole lot easier.
I think boys have this kind of thing for mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. That makes him happy. We go on a ride every night to Speedway.
Okay.
It's his big thing. He loves to go to Speedway. And I don't know why, but they have been very nice to him in there. The people that work there are very kind, and so you don't always run into things like that, but more so than you think. So when I started going to Speedway, because I'd never been there before, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
You can.
In a commercial. But I was a little, no, I can't say that.
You can say anything you want.
Well, I was just a little nervous about, people that were in Speedway, and and here comes Chris. Chris doesn't see people.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's funny or not. I think most people don't think it's very funny. So he's just doing his thing,
right?
Which is just walking wherever. And boy, have I apologized a million times, and almost every single person has been very considerate, very kind, very accepting.
Right.
And they see him coming, and if like we're going into the store, and they're coming out, and they'll stop and go back and hold the door.
Oh, nice.
It is very, very, very nice people, and you just wouldn't expect that because they don't know him. They don't, they don't know me. They don't know him, and he's obviously got a lot of disabilities, so he has trouble walking, and he can't talk, and so. But boy, the kindness, it's better at Speedway than anywhere else. So maybe that's why.
And that's something.
Yeah, and maybe that's why he likes to go there. It's just.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, he feels that.
Well, talk about the family dynamic and the challenges and.
Boy, that's. That it's so hard because he is so demanding. And so after you get to be my age,
39, 29, something like that.
Yeah. And my husband's, he's 77 though. So you just get tired. It's physically tired.
Okay.
More than, I guess we were emotionally tired when we were younger, and now we're just physically tired. So sometimes it's just difficult to take. He has some speech, and he says the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
So it can be irritating. And then one thing that really upsets my husband is the fact that he wants to go with me all the time. And he tries to do nice things like take him to Lowe's or Kroger's, or they have set places they go.
Sure.
But the reason why I started to laugh is, he's on the autism spectrum, and he's got these strange little habits. So the current one is collecting plastic bags. So
Like the bags you'd get at a Kroger or a place like that? Okay.
Yeah. And so they have really nice ones in Menards. They're heavy and
did they pay you to say that? I'm just kidding.
But now we have found out that Kroger's, oh boy, I probably shouldn't say this either.
It's okay.
They on the home delivery, they have really heavy bags. But the only time you ever see them is on the home delivery cart when the people are gathering things to take to the customer. So sometimes when Chris goes into Kroger's, people just come up to him with, like the person who's doing the cart will come up and give him a bag, and the guy in the meat department will give him a special bag. And
Oh, nice.
It is. It's pretty amazing. But so he loves these plastic bags. So what he does is he likes to get snacks at Speedway. So he'll have like 15 snacks in his bag, and he puts them in one bag, all of them in one bag. Then he takes them and puts them all in another bag. And this goes on. This goes on for hours, but that makes him happy. So
Yeah.
actually, I think a lot of things make him happy anymore. That was not the case when he was younger. It seemed like more things made him unhappy.
Okay.
But I think that was part of the family being able to accept and relax. And so
I imagine at first, and you correct me, that there was some fear at the beginning.
there was fear about what were we going to do, what was going to happen, and we have a little bit of fear about that now too because of our age.
Okay.
So we got over it. Now it's kind of coming back, but we just happened about 20 years ago to run into a wonderful DSP.
Okay. Tell us about this DSP.
Okay. She, when we...
you can say her name.
Okay.
That's if you want her the first name.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Missy. We call her Missy.
Okay.
And he calls her IE, which is another story. But so she started coming, and we had several before then, and not that they were bad by
Sure.
in any way, but she was exceptional. So she has had him for 21 years.
Wow.
And she's done a lot of very special things with him, and I just love her. She's just a very special person. So
you say she's done a lot of special things with them. Is there something you can share?
oh, she has a pool.
Okay.
And Chris used to go in the pool, and she had this, this inflatable orca whale, and he just loved it.
Okay.
So these are the things that sometimes you just don't understand about a brain that doesn't work normally. He won't go in the pool anymore. So she thought it was because of maybe the steps, that he was afraid to take the steps. So she got new steps, and she told me just 2 days ago, steps are perfect, that they're just great for Chris, that Chris can go up the steps and he can get in the water.
Sure.
And he can get out of the water. Well, he won't do it. Well, then I noticed yesterday on Facebook that she had several pictures and some clips of him laughing, and she had the sound with it
Okay.
in the pool. And so we've been showing him those,
Okay.
hoping that we can get him back in the pool. And she now has 8 grandchildren, so
Wow.
a lot of them are kids that can get in the pool with him, and they have been so kind to him. And so the kids are in the pool with him, and I'm hoping that sometime before summer we can get him back in the pool. So she's done a lot of work with the pool. She actually takes him overnight, one night a month,
Okay.
so that we have a night.
How nice.
And usually at our age. It's just to relax. But if we wanted to go out to dinner, we would have that one night.
Oh,
so it's pretty special because otherwise we have him every night of the week. And I know she's done. She's always been with us if we had to go to the emergency room with him. Even though she's busy with all her grandkids, if it's a situation that we need moral support, she's there.
She's there.
Terrific person.
DSPs are terrific people. It takes a special kind of individual to be a DSP.
And I wish more people would try it because I think once they learn to be around individuals with disabilities, that they would see the funny side, the good side, the happy side, the endearing side, and those are things that they would really benefit from. And I think, that could make a lifelong job for them, as it is with my DSP, because she's a year younger than Chris.
Okay.
But hopefully she's going to do it for a long time, and it's going to be her forever career.
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Earlier you mentioned that you had some fear, and then you've gone without as much fear, but now you're looking at it, and I assume that fear or worry is about what happens when mom and dad can't provide the home anymore. Are you comfortable talking about that?
Maybe I can.
Okay.
If I knew for sure that Chris would always have a Missy, I would feel a lot better.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because of the labor situation,
Sure.
we don't always have DSPs that look like Missy.
Right.
And that's a scary thought. I've heard lots of stories that I don't like to hear.
Sure.
And that scare me. And I've talked to other mothers who, a lot of them are my age too, and they are likewise scared. They don't know what to do.
Right.
They'll say to me, well, what are you going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
I have a friend who has a daughter, and she has no siblings. Her daughter has no siblings. She doesn't even have a DSP that she has an older DSP with limited hours, so she can't even get a DSP to help her out more than, I don't know, I think it's 6 hours a week. So she's really doesn't know what to do. And then I have another friend who thought her son was going to be guardian, and he told her the other day that he would not. So at least my other son has already told me a long time ago.
Right.
So I don't have to face that at this time. But
there is a crisis for just people willing to work or able to work, and there is a DSP shortage, a big DSP shortage, and I think that a lot of organizations and families are trying to figure out what happens in the future. If you had the ability to, if I could bring in a congressman right now, what would you say to them might you encourage them to do?
Well, they need to learn to respect the work that people are doing with individuals with disabilities. They need to realize to keep valuable people, you have to pay them.
Yep.
You have to give them the incentives to stay on the job they are. And if you're making $10 or $11 an hour and you have a child that has numerous accidents, bathrooming accidents, and needs everything done for them, so you're getting paid this $11 an hour, and then all of a sudden a job opens up for $20 an hour.
At a fast food chain.
Yeah. And so they have to do that because they have families and they have children. You can't do it on $11 or $12 an hour. And our kids deserve people that are paid well, that want to be there, that are giving it all to their job, that show up.
Right.
How many times we went through where we'd get a teeny bopper in her cut-off shorts, and she'd come in and take Chris for a day, and that's the last time we ever saw her.
Right.
Our DSPs, many of them are professionals.
They are professionals.
And they need to be treated that way. They need to be paid that way. How many times have we seen on TV the abuse that nursing home residents
Right.
go through because someone is paying an aide $10, $11, $12 an hour?
Right.
So it's very difficult for us when we know right now we don't have enough DSPs.
Right.
We don't have enough qualified DSPs, and we certainly don't have enough that are paid well,
Right.
or what they deserve.
Right.
I'm hoping that we can get to legislators and make them understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
But we have, I'm thinking about a couple of friends I have that have children.
Sure.
We've taken care of our kids for 50 years. Not all the time, because we've had help.
Right.
But, my son doesn't sleep through the night. So I rarely get,
A full night's sleep.
right, almost never. I don't know where I was going with that, but completely lost my train of thought.
That's okay. I'll jump in. I have 2 grandchildren with autism. I have 6 grandchildren, 2 with autism, and 1 we don't know yet. I am the guardian of a friend who passed away of his son with autism. So, yes, I do podcasts, and yes, I work in the industry, but I have some skin in the game. And I've talked to my congressperson, sat down at a Panera. So since we've been giving away a lot of, kudos to some businesses today. And he was shocked when I explained that DSPs pass medications like nurses do and like doctors do, but are paid a touch over minimum wage. It's a massive responsibility. And that's the least kind of the job, and you know that as a mom. There is a lot to the giving the care, of making sure the appointments, making sure there's entertainment, making sure mom gets a day off, or some time off. And I just wish that more people would just sit down with their elected official, and not in Columbus, right? In your hometown, and have these conversations and explain, because they don't know. They have limited, and everybody's asking for money and all of that. But these are people's lives, and DSPs are looked over, and yet they do this incredible work.
And they do. And you talked about passing meds. Well, our son takes meds 5 times a day.
It's a lot.
And you have to be real. I mean, we're really careful.
Sure.
And I know that, like, if my Missy has Chris overnight, she will have him through a cycle.
Yeah.
And we do pack her
Sure.
medicine for her, but we know that she will get it right. She'll get it on time. And she does give him one medicine a day at 4 o'clock, and her timer is on her phone every day.
To let her know, remind
Let her know, so she doesn't ever miss that, and she takes it seriously.
And I think that is the culture of DSPs. That is a scary piece of the job, passing meds, and that they're trained, right? But they don't have a medical degree. They don't get the education that a nurse gets. As you know, this podcast is heard by a lot of DSPs. Mom, what message would you like to send to DSPs?
For the majority of them, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for not calling off. Thank you for showing your love and compassion to my son and every other child out there with disabilities. You're pretty wonderful. Like, we love Missy for lots of reasons.
Sure.
Excuse me. And the other DSPs that maybe don't fit in those categories yet,
Sure.
I would like to think that they would stay with it, learn everything they can about dealing with the individuals that they might deal with, and find the joy that they can from people with disabilities.
And there's a lot of joy.
Yes, there is.
I do talk to a lot of DSPs, and that's what comes through. Well, thank you very much. This has been a good conversation. I completely appreciate your candor and honesty, and I know that our listeners will as well.
Thanks for listening, and join us next time on The Direct Line.